You're listening to KDICFM 88.5 and KDIC.Grinnell.edu. I have a couple special guests with me here. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Peace, peace. This is As Fate Would Have It, Maxilla Blue.
Aeon Gray, Maxilla Blue.
And the only one not present here is the man DJ Touch Nice.
So I know you guys kind of under that name Maxilla Blue, the three, you come together and you each have kind of distinct roles within the group creating the sound. First of all, what do you guys each do in the group, and how did you guys come together?
What portion of this do you want me to? I MC, so As Fate Would Have It MCs. Aeon Gray provides the production, and DJ Touch Nice obviously provides the turntablism, all of the cuts and scratches that you hear on the most recent records. But something that's really interesting that we're sort of exploring and have been exploring here as of late is having Touch Nice, who primarily was handling the turntable, just the accents to the music, now being more so incorporated with the composition of it up front. You know what I mean? And some transitions here and there and that sort of thing. So he's actually also been adventuring out into some production exploits as well. So I think it's all sort of tying together, and this next album may supply just a slightly different format, but I think hopefully on the outside it'll still come out as ill. We came together to... I don't think it's one that a finger could really be put on or an equation could be applied to, but relatively speaking, for the sake of conversation, I'm just saying the format, if you will. 2006, we came together. Aeon Gray had already been producing for a lot of heads in this area. He had been throwing a lot of shows, a lot of the quality underground hip hop shows that were coming through Des Moines. We were finding out about him because of Aeon Gray. And I knew he could produce. Someone introduced me to him. Long story short, I would say roughly a year or so after that, we went from just maybe doing an occasional track or me maybe using a track that he's provided for another project to seriously saying, As Fate, let's complete a project with all of your rhymes, all of my production. And at the time, originally, we had planned to DJ ourselves. You know what I mean? We both have decks or whatever, but neither one of us really has the skill. And and the thing is, we hold ourselves to high standards. He holds himself to a higher standard that I've ever seen of a producer, and I try to do the same myself as an MC. So we were already kind of eyeing the fact that, man, we may come up short if we try to do this DJing thing. Luckily, Luke kind of already knew DJ Touch Nice. Creatively, they had begun to try some things out, and it just so happened he by the stroke of fortune fell into Maxilla's lap right there around the time of conception. So from then on out, including on the first record, Touch Nice has been there, cutting it up, cutting it to death, and now the trio, in my opinion, it can't be, you can't separate that. It's too ill of a concoction.
No problem. That ill of a concoction, it's almost a model for hip hop that, has. There was a time, and in some, in a lot of circles it still is. But what hip hop being, someone makes the track, someone raps on the track, someone spins at a show or whatever, does the cuts and stuff like that. It's almost a model that, partially because local hip hop scenes have changed because of the internet, because you can just put your music out there rather than building. But that's a model that's kind of faded from practice. But I feel like it comes through in your music, and I'd just be interested if this is really on your end, on the creation side of it, the collaborative effort behind it. Like, do you feel like you guys not need each other, but could you make a sound? If let me figure out how to rephrase this. That's even better. Yeah.
So I guess I understand it that you're kind of asking, could it be recreated without a piece that we have currently? It's sort of that, and I think we all are solo artists to an extent. on our own. I mean, he dabbles in about everything. I also MC and have, you know, a catalog of music, and Touch Nice is getting more into the production aspect and, you know, performs as himself fairly often. So each of our solo efforts definitely have, like, there's obviously, like, different things of it, and when everything comes together with Maxilla, like, any beats that we use for that record are never a beat that I would use for, like, my solo project, or even I think that he would even use for, like, an As Fate Would Have It song. The stuff that Touch Nice has been working on is incredibly different than anything we do. So it's just you know, it really is just the collaboration of, like, all three of our styles and mindsets. And it can't be, I don't think it would ever, like, you know, you might kind of recognize it as, like, oh, he does production and he does some stuff like this, but it's not overwhelmingly, like, you know, like, my solo album isn't like, oh, this is pretty much a Maxilla Blue record with some corny voice dude on it. So
no, I think, you know, more blatantly, the answer to that question is no. You know, it definitely can't be recreated. People often do that. You know, they'll be like, "Yo, let me send y'all some beats for the new Maxilla record," and, you know, and it's like, that's impossible. You know, because if we use your beats, then it's not going to be a Maxilla record. What's up? Yo? Touch Nice just walked in the building. For those of us who can't view it, but yeah, then it's not a Maxilla record. You know, you know. The concoction can only be made by certain components. So once you change that up, the chemistry changes. There you have it, man.
And it sounds like it's, you know, it's almost it's deliberate in the tracks you make or the lyrics you put down. Like it's not just obviously coincidence.